Guess I'm taking my chances here. Please don't crash. Alright, we just got done with our first job. Now, gonna have to pick up the next one. So, admittedly, we're a little bit low on options. We still don't have any other licenses, so these are all out of the question. This is a long train, and this is kind of our only one, this one freight haul mission. Here's our train, still left it running from yesterday. Not yesterday, it's been a little while. Now, I'm willing to bet that's our train over there. Would be nice to be facing the other direction first, so we should probably go get on the turntable and give it a quick spin. And my RAM is low. I don't really care right now. Probably from all those livery mods I have installed. Should probably uninstall a couple. FH95, this is the one. Our only option we have. So, let's do that. Or we could just run it backwards. I mean, backwards visibility on this thing is pretty good. What I could potentially do is, I left my map in the locomotive, but stop at City South, pick up another job that's going to the harbor, turn around over there. I would risk the time bonus, but I think I'd get more money picking up a second job at City West than the time bonus. Why is it letting me fast travel? Like, disabled that. It's not supposed to let me fast travel, but why is it free? But I'm not gonna fast travel. That's against my rules. So we'll just head backwards and pick up that short train over there. Maybe my settings haven't fully applied since I don't own enough licenses. I think there's some weird system in place like that. But still, I mean, I can't, like, not fast travel, but I can't use the dash mechanic or anything. Be a little bit since I have access to the military, but once you get military jobs, you practically got free money. Like, you're set for life there. I should also be a bit more gentle with the throttle. Since I don't have all the fuel in the world, and I really want to get that manual service license first, since I'll save so much money with manually servicing my locomotives. Alright. Looks like they have a car factory over there too. Bunch of cars, same model and color and everything. Alright, that's our train right there. line that up. Yeah, my textures are all blurry too because of all the mods I have installed. I don't know, I mean, if it's bothering anyone, the blurry textures, I can install some. I'm just kind of used to it at this point, even though my graphics are at the max. There we go. It's tied up. And let's go submit that job. Alright, back in locomotive. Let's also swap our headlights around. And just head in reverse for the time being. Since I'm using my rail driver, I don't need to constantly look at the speedometer since it's displayed right there. We have to go onto E9I, but we'll check City West and see what they got for jobs. If we do pick up another job, we're definitely going to want to turn around the locomotive since all the ventilation is coming from the front. So we'll overheat a lot quicker. Although we are going downhill, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Out of curiosity, how heavy is this train? 51 tons, that's nothing. Yeah, they're empty containers. Surprised it's not considered a logistical haul. I guess they have to be, like, empty. The car is not just the load. And check our vehicle catalog. Yeah, we could pull 5 times the amount up to 2% grade during a storm. So this is Featherlight. Could also check the power plant. Is it worth checking? I feel like the city would have more jobs. I guess it wouldn't hurt to take a peek and see. I am speeding a little bit, so just bring it to a stop right here and just take a peek and see what we got. Does take a while to stop. And just because we are on a steep hill, I'll put the handbrake on just to be safe. Oh, look at that. Already found our first demonstrator. Of course, I don't have the license yet, or the money to restore it, but well, now we know it's at the power plant. You know, I guess it wasn't a total waste of time since we did at least find one of the demonstrators. Gotta think more positively than that. There it is over there next to some other scrap metal. I mean, it does seem kind of close to the track, so hopefully it's not too difficult to re-rail, but I'll come back to it since budget is very thin right now. Only problem with going to the harbor in the early game is the fact that it's basically the bottom of the map, so everything has to be pulled up a steep hill. I think I could go a little bit faster during this section. I probably should not exceed 90. It's the fastest this locomotive is designed for, and I have found out the hard way before that it really doesn't like to go faster than what it's designed for. City West. Still in the habit of calling it City Southwest, since that's what it used to be called. Overshot it a little bit since you use this wide to turn around. I mean, I'll leave a handbrake on just to be safe, but also just leave the air wide open. Oop, that is the wrong direction. Always forget to set the reverser. Or actually, if I'm going to take a job from here, Shouldn't I? I guess it doesn't really matter. And just get right up close with the building. I guess the cars sort of just bump right into the crossing gates. Oh, look at that. Another demonstrator. Oh, okay, I am getting really lucky today. I guess out of curiosity, how much would it cost to re-rail? I probably need the museum license in order to even touch it. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Oh well. Still though, 2 demonstrators on day 2. Well, not in-game days. Alright, we actually do have an option this time. Double stack containers. This is from a mod, just to be clear. They are empty, so it's only 78 tons. Very much doable. I will take it. Alright. So the way I'm gonna do this is gonna head over, cross the Y, and then take the other junction into that yard. That probably made no sense with me explaining it, but just watch and learn. The traffic lights work too. I know with these double stack containers, you have to be careful since they don't fit everywhere on the map. So I have to know where you're going and plan accordingly. Yeah, I don't believe... I think they can fit through tunnels. There's just some industries, like... I think the iron mine has a spot where they don't really fit through. But we'll figure it out. I would imagine that the mod creator made it so that they go, like... They only go between destinations that they can fit. Wait, where are they? Oh, they're over to the right. Looks like over there, that's a D8. It'll be a while till we unlock that. That's another mod. That's the one that's like based off the TEM7, although it doesn't really look much like it. How much is this one gonna pay me? 7 grand. So, better than the other one. The other one was like 5 grand. Not so sure about the time bonuses, but, you know, I guess you win some, you lose some. Let's get this all hooked up and then we'll submit the job. Alright. I think I'm right for handbrakes. I should get this coupled up first. Yeah. Where even are the handbrakes on this thing? Over here? Oh, I fell through. Right. I think that's in the release position. It should be. I'm just going to assume it is. Might be a bit of a challenge to couple up. Probably want to get that train remote pretty soon, too. Although, that's a lot more helpful with shunting. Not really that big of a deal with this move. I mean, I could use the external camera, but I'm considering that cheating in this case. Although, realistically, there would be someone on the ground to spot me, so maybe not. I guess it depends who you ask, but this is Derail Valley hardcore, so I gotta make it hard on myself. Alright, I'll just peek my head out and just gonna have to eyeball it the old-fashioned way. I find using the shadows is a good way to judge it. Alright, that should be plenty of space. Yep, there we go. And we are on a curve too, so it's also easier to see where the end of the train is. Overall, the odds are in our favor today. It's a tight curve. Oh, we're clipping through the sign. These are kind of long. I think from what I've heard, the signs are sort of procedurally generated, which you can forgive them. It's early access. Is it early access still? I'm not sure if Derail Valley is still considered an early access game or not. Are we... Oh yeah, we're definitely connected. Well, not connected, but we're touching. I do appreciate the crossing bells for the extra immersion, but they can get a little annoying after time. And can't forget about this pesky handbrake. Probably get the job submitted first. I forgot. You need the concurrent orders license to do multiple jobs at once. How much is it? 10,000. I can't afford it. Fees not... What fees? Okay, only $100. Alright. Totally forgot about that. Alright. So. No more re-rail discount, but it's a worthy trade-off. Alright, alright, don't need that anymore. Alright, so wait, we have full fuel and everything, so yeah. I only had to pay $100 for that? I guess so. I doubt it's gonna let me get away with lighting up indicating there's a handbrake applied. My air is all tied in. Why must you tease me like this? I guess there's handbrakes on both sides. I'm assuming they're controlled the same. All my handbrakes are good. Why is it doing that? Maybe it just needs time to charge? I don't know. Get on the train. No, something's up with my brake pipe. Oh, I know what it is. The brakes weren't cut in. Alright. Alright, we're good to go. For real this time. Alright, a little bit of power. So, alright. It was only $10,000 for that license. Definitely a worthy investment. Really wanted to get that manual service license first, but I mean, it only cost you $100 to pay for everything. Maybe it was probably just being generous to me since I don't have very many licenses. I wouldn't count on it being that generous. Alright. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fit under that bridge where the farm is. So, should I take my chances? Probably not. So, looks like we're going the long way. It's not this Y, but the next Y I'm going to take a right and take another left. Just sort of hug along the coast. I think with the concurrent orders 1 license, you can only take 2 at a time. I think. And how heavy is all this? Shouldn't be much. 54 tons. Call that 80 tons. So, I'm not good at mental math. Was 130. Not bad at all. Light work. So our first cut is going to the E yard, and second cut's going to the G yard. Let's see. E's there, and G is there. Okay, should be easy enough. probably pick up the pace a little bit since we might not get the time bonus for our first quarter. So I feel like this is the speed limit here. I thought it was 60, but shouldn't be taking any chances, especially in the early game. Alright. Now it's definitely 50. Just drop the map down. There we go. So take a left. Then I'm taking a left here. No, I am not taking a left here. I'm going straight. Because I do not think I'm gonna fit underneath the bridge. Does look kind of goofy seeing double stacks in Derail Valley. Cool, but goofy. Alright, first things first, we're hit with a 2% grade. I forgot there was one here, although it's been a while since I've driven this section of track, but we can handle it. Full power. Start getting some potential thumbnail screenshots. I should be paying more attention to the tracks. This is kind of a sharp corner. Not gonna go any faster than 40. All right, 60 up there. Weather's looking very good so far. Though I think last time I checked the forecast, it's gonna rain in the evening. But I am using 24-hour day schedule, so that'll be a while. For now, we're chilling. Might be handy to have my compass here. Alright, so yep, we're heading south. Seems like, yeah, I think we're still mostly going uphill. Now we're downhill. Yeah, you can tell some of these signs, like it's 80 there and then 60 here. Like, it's definitely not natural placement. I don't know what station that is there. It's not labeled. Oh, it must be one of the passenger stations. Yep. Valley Southwest. Oh, okay, we have to turn left here. That is a 60. We are not going 60. They really don't give you much notice with some of those. And let's see. We hang west. We're supposed to be hang west, right? Are we supposed to be hang west? Something tells you we're going the wrong direction. This is north. Yeah, this would be north, south, east, west. Oh, wait, no, west. This is simple cartography. Why am I getting this confused? I'm pretty sure I'm going the right direction, so I'm going to continue to go this direction. But why would they make this west? This is west. We are going west. We're supposed to be going east. Or are we? Am I reading a compass? I have not used a compass in a while. Man. Okay, this is north. Okay, and forget the compass. I'm just going off of instinct. Why do I genuinely forget how to read a compass? That is not a good thing. I think a normal person should know how to read a compass. But for some reason, I am struggling to read a compass. Yeah, and we're heading south right now. Yes. South. I should just stop overcomplicating things. I know I'm going the right direction because that's where either the handcar or the caboose is stored. And you can see it on the map, so just shut up and drive. I'm really thankful the concurrent orders license is only, it's only 10 grand. Being able to take multiple orders is very useful, especially early game. And, alright, we are going the right direction. Yes, guys, we gotta take a right. Hills aren't gonna be easy. Grade is climbing above 2%. Unfortunately, the rail driver does tend to flicker a little with this game, which, I mean, I can't excuse it since, once again, I mean, even if it's not in early access, the build number isn't even, it's not even at version 1 yet, so it's still basically early access. Still feels more polished than a lot of finished games, though. This is a really cool spot on the map. No tunnels to worry about either. You're definitely working this thing hard. But it could be worse. vehicle catalog. So the heavier stuff. Yeah, not every locomotive I have installed is listed on here, it seems, and I should not get distracted. But still, you get a good idea. There's a DE8. 3,000 tons on 2% wet. 7,000 on a flat surface. Where's D2? Should be paying more attention. Seems like it's downhill suddenly. I wonder if... Playing around with different screenshots. I really should be focused on driving. And I'm gonna want to keep going straight. I think I can go a bit faster here. And yeah, I'm gonna want to go to the E yard first. I think when I get there, I'm gonna just put both where they have to go and submit them at the same time, since I'm already having my doubts if I'm gonna get the time bonus with the first one. But at least try and get with the second one. That is more profitable of the two anyways. I know this section of the map always is a bit tricky for me. I've derailed on it a couple times. There's just like one section where all of a sudden it drops and it's easy to get caught off guard and overspeed. Like right after a tunnel, I think. Which I forgot there's a tunnel. Really hoping we can fit. Alright, I should probably slow down just to be safe. So if I do hit the top, at least it won't be catastrophic. Looks like we have plenty of room, but I'll be sure. And... ooh, just barely fits. Alright. Full power. Yeah, it's very little wiggle room. I think a little further past the tunnel is a tricky spot where I usually derail. Yeah, this is the spot, because there's another tunnel where it drops to 50. Easy to miss that sign. Then I always end up derailing once I exit, but not this time. Yep, this spot right here had a couple derailments. And we're coming up to City South. Make sure junctions are set. Check the station map first, but whatever. Actually, don't think it matters. Oh, am I getting underneath that wire tower? No, I definitely should have stayed to the right. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna fit under that. Shouldn't that be retracted more? Why is it hanging out like that? Oh, that's gonna be a close call. Guess I'm taking my chances here. Please don't crash. We crashed. Oh no. Oops. Why is it even sticking out like this? You're supposed to go like this. Well, that was very anticlimactic. Alright, well, at least I'm insured. Yeah. Hooray! I am insured. What's our... Oh, that is not good. Alright, well, yeah, at least the copay is small. Who, what asshole left that hanging out like that? Alright, well, could have been worse. At least we don't have to re-rail everything. Admittedly, it was anticlimactic. That guy just drove over the gate. It was anticlimactic, but... Alright. Yeah, there we go. It's our first incident. That's our first blood. Well, whoever built that water tower, they, thing is built tough as nails. Is able to stop an entire oncoming train. Alright, how much is this gonna... Oh, that's... Oh, wait, only $4,000. Oh, thank God. Thank the Lord. Imagine if I had to pay all of that. Alright, only $4,000. That I can afford. Whew. That was a scare. Now I know. I should have stayed to the right. I probably should have just checked the damn station map instead of doing that, but... Stay to the right. Stay to the right. Alright. Let's continue. Hopefully without incident this time. I think I'm in neutral. I am going to hit that bus. Please move out of the way. Nope. It was his fault. Not mine. There's a museum. I'll get to you eventually. There's an N class. Very cool. Well, I took my chances with it. And even though I could cheat and go back to an earlier save, I do not want to take a chance on the save corrupting again, so just gotta play it honest and fair. And we're going to E9 first. Thank God we are not in debt. So, that's the nice thing about early game is it is forgiving to begin with. Once you get all those licenses, then you have to start paying up for your mistakes. I guess technically that wouldn't be my fault. That would be the fault of whoever did not put back the water tower. Probably won't be getting my manual service license today, unfortunately. probably be a bit more careful. Like, I know it slows down to 40 here. Alright. Here we are, the harbor, with only a minor incident along the way. Alright. E9. That's a very fast-moving excavator. All right. Take a peek at the roundhouse as we go by, see what there is. Just admiring the stuff, even though I'm can't drive it just yet. Let's see, DM3, N-Class, GT26, and I think that's a 4F. No SO60, unfortunately, because I think that's going to be the most obtainable locomotive license. Unless there's one over here. Nope, just an RN class. Please move out of the way. This switch. The other side so I can see where the sign is. Or I could just coast to the other side of the yard since this is a very short train. I know exactly where it'll be. Alright. I think I can... take care of it. And now the other one is going into G5I, and the G yard is adjacent to this one. Sweet. Alright, gonna have to back it up. So tempted to just jump out, but I forget, I can't do that. Alright. It's not that track. It's left right there. That bus over there took a sharp corner. Oops. Let's see. So it's gonna be right next to the middle track. Is this fast enough for me to run? Oh yeah, I can just run alongside that. It's flat. This should be safe to do in theory. Watch it turn into a disaster right after I just had a small disaster. Boom. Alright. Perfect. Alright. Mercy. Alright. Alright, that is order number 1, and we still actually made the time bonus. So we would got 5 grand, but we made 8 grand. And this one, we would have gone 7 grand, and we got 10 grand. So I've been thinking about it off camera for a little bit, and we got $21,000. We could buy, I know I've been wanting to do the manual service for a while, or we could do train length 1, which is only 10 grand. That'll allow us to do these jobs, which are light enough for the D2 to handle. We can make it up to Forest South. So, we're gonna just, let's see, let's pay off our, let's pay off our fees now. Can buy a license. Yeah, it's obviously a lot more now, since, I guess that's because insurance didn't cover it, but. There we go. Now we're the proud owner of the new train length 1 license. And next video, we'll be taking these orders from Forest to the Forest South. It's definitely going to be pushing the limits of our little D2, but the weather seems to be in our favor, so we can make use of our 300 tons. I'm not going to go into detail now because that's the end of this video. We're out of time. It's like midnight in my time zone. So that's this video. We had enough tomfoolery for today. So that'll be episode 30. I'll see you guys there.